Good morning, children and parents. We're going to look at long division today. We've done a short division the previous lesson. I hope that you understand that and that you enjoyed doing the calculations. I want you to listen very carefully when we discuss long division because it's got lots more writing and thinking and calculating. So it's important that you pay attention. So you need to know your tables and division facts. Okay, so let's look at, it says here, the anatomy of long division problem. So here we have a diagram. Okay, so this is the number sentence. It says 479 divided by 7. So I don't want you to look at the answer yet. I'm going to guide you through that, through it. So this is how you write the question. Okay, the number sentence, and this is how you do it when you write it when you do long division. So we have names for these different parts. Okay, so this number here that we start with, that's the dividend. Okay, and this number that we divide with, that's called the divisor. And then the answer is the quotient. And then you will have a remainder. Not always, but you can have a remainder. Then there's a recipe that we follow, okay? The steps. The first thing is we divide, then we multiply, then we subtract, and then we bring down, okay? So we divide, we multiply, we subtract, and we bring down. So this is basically what you need to remember when we are doing long division. So if we look at this example, what you do is you use each digit on its own. So you will start with asking yourself 7. 7 is a one-digit number, right? You don't see any other numbers here. You only see 7. That's why we call it a one-digit number. So can 7, so we're going to start with asking ourselves if 7 can divide into the first digit on its own. So if we look at 4, right? Can 7 divide into 4? No, it cannot, because what's the reason? 4 is smaller than 7. You can't take a 7 out of 4. So that's why there's nothing written here at the top. So normally I will just make a dot there to help the children to just remind themselves that they have checked that, and then they will go on to the next number. So 7 can't go into 4. So what we need now is we need to use a two-digit number. So now we're going to look at 47. So now you're going to ask yourself, can 7 divide into 47? Yes, it can, okay? So this is the first step. Now we're going to divide. So 47 divided by 7. So what is the closest number to 47 that 7 can divide into? And that is 42. So 7 times what number equals 42? That is 6. So 47 divided by 7 is 6, okay? And then we're going to do the next step. We're going to multiply. So now you're going to say 6 times 7, and that equals 42, okay? And now we're going to use the next step. Now we're going to minus. So now you will say, okay, 47 minus 42, and that would be 5. That's the answer. But now, when you look at this, 5 is smaller than 7. So we need another digit to carry on with the division. So now we're going to bring down the 9. Okay, so now the 5 changes to 59. And now we're going to start all over with the steps again. Now you're going to say divide. 59 divided by 7. So think of the closest number to 59 that 7 will divide into. And that would be 56. So how many times does 7 go into 56? That would be 8 times. You've got it here. Remember, you need to know your tables. Okay, so then we say 59 divided by 7, and that is 8. And now we multiply. 8 times 7 is 56. And now we're going to minus. 59 minus 56 equals 3. And then normally you would bring down the next number, but there's nothing left here. So this is the remainder. Okay, so then your answer is 68 remainder 3. So that's why they've written here 68 remainder 3. Okay, so remember, divide, multiply, minus, and bring down. So now we're going to look at 2 examples where we're going to divide by a 2-digit and a 3-digit number. Okay, so here we have 2,365 divided by 12. So we're going to take the dividend, remember that word, 2,365 divided by the divisor, that 12, and the 12 will be written on the outside. Okay, remember the steps. We divide, we multiply, we minus, and we bring down. Okay, now ask yourself, how many digits do you see here? There are 2. So 12 will not divide into a 1-digit like 2. So just make a dot there. You can't take 12 out of 2. Okay, so what you need is a 2-digit number. Can 12 divide into 23? Yes. How many times? Once. Okay, so now we divide it. 23 divided by 12 is 1. What's the next step? Times, multiply. So take the 1. 1 times 12 is 12. What's the next step? Minus. Now we're going to minus. So 23 minus 12 is 11. And now you check, is 11 smaller or bigger than 12? It's smaller, so you need to bring down the next number. So now we have 116. Okay, so if you don't know how many times 12 will divide into 116, write notes to yourself on the side. So now I'm going to check. It is actually, we're going to start with the steps again. We're going to divide, times, minus, and bring down. So 116 divided by 12, I need to find the answer. So I normally start with 5. So that equals 12 times 5 is 60. So this is far too small. Okay. Right. So I'm going to take a much bigger number. Say, for instance, double that times 10. So that equals 120. But this is bigger than that. So I need to go one step back. Let's try with 9. 12 times 9. This equals 108. Okay, so that is closest. This is 116. That's 108. So 116 divided by 12, closest is 108. So how many times is that? 9. So write the 9 at the top. What's the next step? Times. 9 times 12 equals, and you've got it here, that's 108. What's the next step? Minus. So 116 minus 108. So that would be 8. Because 6 minus 8, you can't do that. You have to borrow here, and that would be 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1, sorry, 1 minus 1 is also 0. What do I need to do now? After I subtract it, I need to bring down the 5. So now I have 85. Closest number that 12 can divide into to 85 is 84. 12 times what equals 84? If you know your tables, you'll be able to tell me 7. So what are we doing? We're dividing. 85 divided by 12 is 7. What do you do now? Multiply. Take that number, 7 times 12, and it equals 84. What do you do now? You minus. So 85 minus 84 is 1. Can't bring anything down anymore, so this is my remainder. Okay, so then I will say R for remainder and then 1 at the top. Okay, so 2,365 divided by 12 equals 197, remainder 1. Okay, let's look at the next one, 3 digits. So you take the dividend, the 4,217, and divide by 174. Remember, this is 3 digits, so you can't divide it into a 1 digit. You can't divide into 42 because it's a 2 digit, smaller than that. You need the extra 1 there. So we're going to look at 421. So 421 divide by 174. Remember, divide, times, minus, bring down. So go, because you're using big numbers here, make notes to yourself on the side. Okay, so I'm going to start with, let's multiply with 3. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. 7 times 3 is 21, plus that 1 is 22. And 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So this is much bigger than that one. So let's go one step back. 174 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 7 is 14. and 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is 348, which is closer to 421. Okay, so now we ask again, divide. 421 divided by 174. And we're going to use this one 2 times. So right, 2 above the third digit. Okay. And now we're going to multiply. 2 times 174 equals 348. What do we do now? Now we minus. So 1 minus 8 you can't. You need to go borrow. 11 minus 8 is 3. 1 minus 4 can't. You need to borrow again. So 11 minus 4 is 7. And 3 minus 3 is 0. What do we do now? We bring down the next digit, which is the 7. So now we have 737. So now you need to go find how many times would 174 divide into 737. Closest one, okay? So let's go to 174 times 4. So 4 times 4 equals 16. And 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. And 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Okay, so if you want to just check if you maybe times 5 might be the right number, go on and calculate that. Times 5, so 4 times 5 is 20. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37. And 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So that's much larger, so we're going to use this one. Okay. So now we start again. Divide. 737 divided by 174. So what is the closest one? This one. How many times does it divide into that? That would be 4 times. Now you're going to multiply 4 times 174. Go to your notes. You've got it there. That is 696. 696. What do we do now? Now we minus. Okay, 7 minus 6 is 1. 3 minus 9 we can't, we need to borrow. So 13 minus 9 is 4, and that's 0. So this is the remainder, because you can't bring any more numbers down. So you will have your answer is 24, remainder 41. Okay, so 4,217 divided by 174 equals 24, remainder 41. Right. What's important about this work is that the children, they need to practice this a lot. They will not be able to remember this only doing it once. So they can make up their own numbers using divide by 1 digit, 2 digit, and 3 digit numbers, and they need to practice it a lot, over and over again. So the more you do it, the better you get with it. Okay. Your homework is on page 124 to 125 in your DBE book. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you understand it. Please look at it again if you need to just check a few things. And I hope that you have a nice day.